Alo Komi Keshito.
Wachi.
Well, Gobe is the real deal with me, Pakwesi Omare.
Regina Bless.
Deborah Adosu.
And I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast. French fries.
Koko Nikosi. Alo Komi Keshito.
Wachi.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on GhanaTalks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare.
Regina Bless.
Deborah Adosu.
And I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
Good morning to you, lovely listeners of GhanaTalks Radio. It's yet another beautiful Friday morning, and you are welcome to the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show right here on GhanaTalks Radio. This is a news review. Right here, we bring you all the relevant stories making waves in the news. From business to politics, from sports to entertainment, we got you covered with the most relevant stories and informed perspectives on issues that matter to you every morning, right here on the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. This is the only online radio station you can carry along wherever you go. All you need to do is go to Play Store and download the app, which is GhanaTalks Radio, and join us as we delve into the issues. We are streaming live on Facebook at GhanaTalks Radio, on YouTube at GhanaTalks Radio, and also on X at GhanaTalks Radio. Send in your comments and join us on the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. I am your host, Ruth Esinam Fiagbedu, and I'll be doing this with Miss Regina Bless. Good morning, Miss Reggie.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm blessed, your side.
I am fantastic. Yes. We are back again. Today is Friday. Today is, let me say the weekend has already started, Anna.
Yeah.
What's up for the weekend?
Starts from Friday.
What's up for the weekend?
I have a lot of activities planned out. Yeah.
A lot of activities.
Yeah,
Include me, please.
I should include you.
Include me.
Do you want to come and wash?
No.
Okay.
All right.
Maybe you want to involve me. Involve me.
Involve me.
I will involve you.
The weekend has already started. What are you doing for this weekend? Let us know. Right, let's delve into the main issues this morning. NPP revises internal election guidelines to strengthen transparency and inclusiveness. The new Patriotic Party has announced new changes to its internal election rules aimed at improving transparency, fairness, and participation within the party. The decision was taken at a meeting of the party's National Executive Committee following challenges observed during ongoing registration and internal elections. A statement signed by General Secretary Justin Kodria Frimpong said the reforms are to ensure a smoother and more credible process. One key change is at the polling station level, where elections can now be suspended if disputes arise, especially if members are prevented from voting. Such issues will be referred to higher party structures for resolution. The party has also capped polling station executive positions at 25 and introduced clearer rules for cluster systems. In addition, members must now live in the area where they want to contest, except in special cases like schools, markets, or security zones. At the electoral area level, committees can hold up to 10 executive elections, and anyone contesting must step down from their current role before filing nominations. The NPP is also introducing e-voting as an option for both chapter and branch elections alongside physical voting. However, only members who have been active for at least 2 years will be eligible to vote or contest. To further strengthen the system, the party has set up a committee led by Peter McMenu to develop a detailed manual outlining the roles of party officers. The NPP is urging all members to follow the new guidelines, stressing that the changes are meant to promote unity, credibility, and inclusiveness within the party. So this is coming from the camp of the opposition, the New Patriotic Party, where they have revised their internal election guidelines in order to strengthen transparency and inclusiveness. Well, I think in the previous months we saw from the NDC, and today we are seeing from the NPP. But looking at it, I think this particular one actually caught my attention. They are saying that you are supposed to, if you have a role, you are supposed to step down before you file for nomination. And at a polling station, if there's disputes, they can actually suspend the election. That is, if members are prevented from voting, and such issues will be referred to higher party structures for resolution. And now the polling station executive position at 25 and introduce polling station executive positions at 25. Position, is it the age of the people, of the person going to contest, or is 25 people that will be available for that position? In addition to this, members must now live in the area. So let's take, for instance, if I want to contest for Ablikuma North, if I want to hold a position there, that means that I have to be from that area. And they said that at the electoral area level, committees can hold up to 10 executive elections, and anyone contesting must step down from their current role before filing nomination. This is just like the way the NDC said that if you want to file for nomination for a particular position, you have to step down before you file for that nomination. Well, Miss Virginia,
Yeah.
your thoughts?
So with the stepping down, from what the NDC said, they said it would be unfair for one individual to occupy two or multiple positions because everyone has the right to feed. People have families to take care of, so be open to other people, give other people the chance to as well as take up that position. And also looking at the NPP reforms, I would say it's very good that they are now realizing that they need stronger reforms to make sure that they solve certain internal issues they are having. So just a few points from what you made mention of. First off is disputes. So dispute management is clearer, allowing polling stations elections to be suspended when disputes arise, and it's practical. And to me, I would say it's sensible, in as much as it has its own disadvantage. But let's focus on the advantages. When there's a dispute arising or chaos has escalated, why should you go ahead with the elections? There's no need of you going ahead with the elections. You can pause it, make sure that that chaos is solved. And also, when we look at the disadvantages of it, if it is not well monitored, the election can be rigged, because during the chaos, you putting the elections on hold, blah blah blah, and other stuffs, people might be backdoor doing everything possible within their part to make sure that they rig the elections, or at the end of the day the election goes in their favor. So with everything, it has its advantages and disadvantages. So whilst they are focusing on the advantages, they need to make sure that they put steps in place to also tackle the disadvantages, and also stronger eligibility rules requiring members to live and vote in the same polling area. It would really help. First off, it would have stop imported votes. Let's say you're in Pokwase, you are well known in Pokwase, and you want a seat in, let's say, as you mentioned, Ablekuma North. And this is not, with what they are doing, it's not as if, how would I put it? You see, with the normal elections, where you are, that is where you are supposed to vote.
Yeah.
You can't go to another constituency and vote, because the moment you get there, your name will be checked. I don't know if you've gone through the process before.
Yeah.
But once you get there, they have a very big book. Then they'll just take your card, check an index number or whatever it is, and check if your name is on that book. So if your name is on that book, it means you are in that constituency, you registered in that constituency, and you can't register in multiple constituencies, so it's just one. But with the NPP, I'm not sure it's like that. You can vote anywhere, anytime. So with the imported vote, I am a supporter. I can leave Pokwase, follow the person I want to follow to Ablekuma, and vote for the person. That is the imported vote. So you are in that same constituency. Let the same grassroots vote for you. And with that, I feel like they've given chance to the grassroots to express their opinion, choose who they want to vote for. So probably you and Kia in this same area, people will know who they want to vote for. They know their choice, so they'll vote for you. And also, in the introduction of e-voting options, we are in a world where we don't have to come out and sideline ting all in the name of voting. I feel like that system is a cake.
It's a cake.
Yes, it's a cake, but we are still using it. So now with the introduction of the e-voting, that is the electronic voting, as I said earlier, digitalization, it is everywhere. But mind you, as I said, we have the advantages and disadvantages. The advantages of the e-voting is to make sure that the elections are fast and also secured. Now, with the disadvantages, mind you, we have people who are very knowledgeable when it comes to tech, who are very knowledgeable when it comes to data. Now, these same people can hack your system. So how would you know if your system is hacked, if their votes are manipulated? So they have to also check the aspects of that. Yeah. So the last is the standardizing structures across levels, aligning branch, chapter, and regional rules. It creates consistency, clear responsibilities, and better coordination.
Coordination. So, in a nutshell, you think that these revised guidelines were actually going to help.
Oh, yeah.
But they didn't cite anywhere that if you flout this, you are going to be sanctioned or something.
Nothing.
That should have been included, because you're working with human beings, and then definitely some people will be stubborn and wouldn't want to follow their guidelines. And I think that is one thing that the NPP actually lack: discipline.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, discipline. So they should make sure that it should be somewhere, but maybe we didn't read it, but I'm just hoping that it's somewhere. Right, let's proceed. France names Ghana first beneficiary of newly established National Health Compact. Ghana has been selected by France as the first country to benefit from its new National Health Compact, following high-level talks between President John Dramani Mahama and French President Emmanuel Macron in Paris. The announcement was made after bilateral discussions conveying key areas such as health, agriculture, infrastructure, artificial intelligence, regional security, and Ghana's economic recovery. Under this new arrangement, Ghana is expected to benefit from stronger cooperation in the health sector as part of efforts to improve healthcare systems and deliveries. The talks also touch on a major development project including the proposed Accra-Kumasi Expressway, which both leaders see as important for boosting transportation and economic growth. President Emmanuel Macron also praised Ghana's Accra Reset initiative, describing it as a positive step that has gained international recognition. As part of the visit, President Mahama received a full state welcome with military honors, a sign of the strong diplomatic ties between the two countries. I think this is a big win for us, especially when it comes to healthcare. We are lacking a lot. So if we are going to be benefiting from a newly established national health compass with France, then I think that is a win for us, Ms. Regina, don't you think?
It is definitely a win for us, and I'm happy with the fact that it didn't just end with health, but it went across agriculture, infrastructure, artificial intelligence, and regional security. And before I come to the health aspect, when we look at agriculture, we are still lagging behind. We still need machineries where it can make agriculture very easy for the ordinary individual. Most people are indulged in agriculture, but the main reason why we are lacking behind is some of these facilities we do not have. And at the end of the day, some people harvest rice. They will have to cry on the government that, oh, we have rice, blah blah blah. Some people are not buying it. You have to come and take it, a whole lot. Tomato, boy, onions, boy. And so I think the only thing Ghanaians are really providing when it comes to agriculture is rice, plantain, banana. But for the petty ones, they are not doing it. And also with the infrastructure, we still need a lot of infrastructures. Aside the roads, we also need our education facilities. We need a lot. We need infrastructures where to make learning easier for these kids. And also our roads, day in and day out, we are complaining of accidents. The accidents happening is not only based on one factor. When there's an accident in our country, it's based on a lot of factors. But we only limit it to the carelessness of these drivers. But mind you, the roads we have are not sufficient enough. They are not even, how would I put it? They are not even pleasing to the eyes. Potholes here and there. These drivers would have to be swaying and dodging the potholes. At the end of the day, they are also at risk. Their vehicles breaks down easily. And also the artificial intelligence. This period of time, we've always been talking about AI, Ghana adapting to the system of AI, and also becoming a lead on its own, and not only being a consumer to the Western world. Now to the health sector.
Yeah.
The health sector, I'm very much happy that they are focusing on the health sector, because when it comes to the health sector, we are lacking a lot. From the no birth syndrome to some vaccines that you sometimes go to the hospital and they tell you that they do not have this. And mind you, with our blood issues also, I know another person shouldn't come out from their country, come into your country to teach you how to do things. But as they said, two heads are better than one. So Ghana collaborating with France collaborating with Ghana to make sure that our health sector is improved. And it's not only about improvising. It is an opportunity where this health people or the health personnel will be employed. It will create more jobs. It will make sure that at least their skills are not going to waste. So with the skills building and also with the facilities, because we have a lot of machines, I can boldly say you go to a hospital and they only have one oxygen. A whole hospital, and they only have one hospital or incubator is important, you forget it. Ghana. They would have, but I made mention that in a rural area somewhere, a nurse used a cattle to improvise in a form of incubator, which is not supposed to be so. The child needs all the necessary equipment he or she needs to survive, because not everyone is up to 9 months. Most of the people are premature. So with the health collaboration, I think it would really help Ghana, and we would go a long way.
We will go a long way, a very, very, very long way. I think President Mahama, when it comes to bilateral relationship and all of that, I think he's doing well, very there.
Yeah.
And we heard from the France president that he has heard about the Accra Reset Initiative as well. That should tell us that the whole world is watching whatever that we are doing in this country. If we go wrong, they will see it. If we go right, they will see it. And I think they are praising President John Dramani Mahama for bringing up such an initiative. And I think it's high time Ghanaians we also embrace such an initiative. We are looking forward to seeing the benefits that we are going to gain from this particular beneficiary from France. We want to see a difference in our health sector, especially when it comes to the no bed syndrome. I think we have the doctors there. We have doctors.
Oh yeah,
the doctors we have
them.
But the
nurses we also have them.
We even have nurses at home who have not been posted yet.
Yes.
So for the infrastructure there, and I also believe that if there are more infrastructures, there will be more nurses posted or more nurses employed. But in as much as we're also saying that we have more nurses are also crying that they've not received their salary. Yeah.
It as well.
That is also another thing. You're not going to have it all rosy.
Exactly.
By the end of the day, you'll be fine. Minority Caucus pledges support for Ghanaian businesses, calls for policy reforms. The minority in parliament says it is committed to supporting Ghanaian businesses and pushing for policies that will help them grow. Speaking on the issue, second deputy minority whip and MP for Wejagbawe, Jerry Ahmed Shaib, stressed that businesses should not be affected by politics. According to him, success in business should be based on merit, innovation, and hard work, not which political party is in power. He highlighted key challenges facing businesses in Ghana, including high interest rates on loans, multiple taxes, and limited consultation before policies are introduced. To address these issues, the minority is proposing several reforms. These include better consultation before laws affecting businesses are passed, a review of the total tax burden on businesses, changes to the customs system, an independent review of utility tariffs, more support for small businesses and access to financing, increased investment in technical and vocational education. Mr. Shaib also encouraged entrepreneurs to stay confident and continue investing in their businesses, assuring them that the minority is ready to work with the stakeholders to improve the business environment. So this is coming from the minority, and I'm happy for the fact that he said that we shouldn't, everything shouldn't be based on politics, because it really affects businesses. He stressed that businesses should not be affected by politics simply because a decision is taken by one particular party, so it affects a particular business, especially when it comes to increase in tariffs, when it comes to taxes and then all of that, a whole lot of contributing factors that affect businesses. We should rather take entrepreneurship and entrepreneur from the business sector, from the politics things that we do, political activities. And then even if you want to introduce policy, we should at least consider the entrepreneurs and entrepreneurship as well, so it doesn't affect their businesses greatly. I think this is a good call from the minority and from the minority deputy chief whip, Jerry Ahmed Shaib.
So depoliticizing businesses is a great and stronger move by the minority. this is what we are expecting from them, to bring their A game on board, to make sure that they are supporting the government in as much as they are in opposition, and they are there to make sure that they criticize and put the government on their toes. They also need to contribute to the well-being of our economy and also to the country as a whole. Now, with the issue of politicization, just yesterday we were talking of the Ajen Kutoku issue.
Yeah.
It was based on political interference, which is wrong. And if I am an investor and I want to, let's say, invest in a company, which company would I use? Let's use Iyoko. Iyoko is a company. Yes. Yeah. Anna. Iyoko is a okay. Yeah. So maybe I want to invest, pump in more money for them to get all the necessary infrastructures or get the necessary equipment. And I know that currently NDC is in power. Let's say NDC is interfering in the duties of Iyoko or the office of the special prosecutor. NDC is interfering in them. There's no way as an investor I will be confident enough to invest into that institution, because I know that if another party is supposed to come, probably all my investments will go down the drain, because they might not be in support of it. They might kick me out. And we've seen instances where some investors have been kicked out. Some people have been sacked out of the country. And with the high lending rates and the taxes, we have big Glovo, or it's not Glovo, and other institutions left Ghana.
Yeah.
And I think a big shopping mall also left Ghana. Game.
Yeah.
What is Game? Game, yeah, that.
Game is a big a shopping mall.
Game.
Normally at ShopRite. Yes.
Game.
Yeah, Game.
I didn't mean Pierre crowd.
Oh, really?
Game.
They also left Ghana.
Producer.
Yeah, so Malcolm is apparently filling their space in the mall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Game also left because of the taxes.
It's too much. And even normal individuals who are living right in Ghana are complaining. So how much more a foreigner who wants to invest in our businesses comes into Ghana, and day in and day out, at the end of the day, if the profit is making 1,000 cedis, almost half of the taxes are taking half of that money. And it's bad. And I believe that before they even bring high taxes on these businesses, they need to make sure that they collaborate, all of them, and as he said, they need to make sure that they check it first, discuss it, if it will be in favor of these people. See, our businesses are suffering in Ghana, and in as much as I don't own one, I'm already feeling it, because if the business owner is feeling it, the consumer will also feel it. I thought that you can order something at 50 cedis. Delivery bebano. It's more than that, 50 cedis. I saw a video where one young guy was very pissed off that he ordered the food at 60 cedis. 60 cedis. So he said the distance was far. But I sometimes understand these consumers, because if you are operating on a bulk scale or on a larger scale, it should be reduced. Yeah, because a lot of people are ordering your product, and you are not delivering it to one single person. You are delivering it to a lot of people. So at the end of the day, you are not wasting your fuel on one person. You are wasting it on a lot of people. But I thought that the amount you use when the delivery comes, it is more than. And that is why we know we have this courier services where they come in to make sure that delivery is less expensive. But the riders themselves will come. No, I understand them, because the economy is a no-no. In as much as the economy is stabilized to some point, but we are still suffering. So with what Jerry is saying, we need the investor confidence to make sure that the people or business owners are less burdened with financial issues. Yeah.
Right. Let's proceed. President Mahama orders for tax cuts after emergency cabinet meeting. The President John Dramani Mahama has directed key ministers to take urgent measures to cushion Ghanaians from the impact of rising fuel prices following global supply disruption linked to tensions involving Iran, Israel, and the United States. The decisions were taken at an emergency cabinet meeting held yesterday after the president returned from an official trip to France. The surge in fuel prices has been attributed largely to the closure of the Strait of Hormuz, a critical global oil shipping route which has disrupted supply and driven up international petroleum prices. In response, the president has tasked the Minister for Finance, Dr. Keselato Forson, and the Minister for Energy, John Jinapo, to engage stakeholders within the energy sector to explore the removal of certain taxes and levies on petroleum products. The proposed measures are expected to take effect from the next pricing window. The Minister of State in charge of government communications, Felix Kwachio Fosu, who announced the directive at a press briefing after the cabinet meeting, added that the intervention will be implemented for an initial period of 4 weeks, after which it will be reviewed and further decisions taken based on prevailing conditions. As part of broader effort to ease the burden on commuters, the Minister for Transport has also been instructed to expedite the deployment of some 100 Metro Mass Transit buses. The President further directed that fares on these buses should be reduced to provide affordable transport options for the public. Additionally, President Mahama reminded ministers and senior government appointees to strictly adhere to the existing ban on fuel allowances as part of efforts to reduce public expenditure during the period. The measures form part of a coordinated government response aimed at mitigating the impact of rising fuel costs on households and businesses across the country. Yay! We have a listening president. President John Dramani Mahama has, there was a cabinet meeting, an emergency cabinet meeting, that in order to look into the rise of fuel prices, and he has said that he has ordered that some taxes should be cut off. We have about 12 taxes on fuel products, which includes the D-levy. So President Mahama said they should review it and some of the taxes should be cut off. I think this should be a big relief for the drivers, in as much as the country is also going to lose some source of revenue. But you have to put the people first. Miss Regina, how do you feel about this?
I'm okay. I'm excited. Yesterday when I got to read it, I said our president is indeed a listening president, because the moment he landed and he called an emergency cabinet meeting, he didn't even rest for a minute, and he proceeded to make sure that the plight of the people are attended to. And of all, I think with the taxes cuts and also the margins, and also with the directing to ensure that the 100 Metro Mass are given to the right people, and to make sure that at the end of the day they keep it well. And the most important thing is to make sure that the ministers and senior government appointees do not, in fact, you have to buy your fuel yourself from today.
They've been buying it already.
Sure.
Yes, President Mahama said
fuel allocations and allowance. They were still on it before they've cancelled it.
Really?
Oh, you did not see that one?
Oh, President John Dramani Mahama instructed that ministers won't be given fuel this one allowance again. They will be made to buy it themselves.
Was it not from yesterday?
Not from yesterday, but before.
Oh,
when
no.
they introduced the D-levy. Yes.
But from here, this is straight from your friend is saying Felix Kwache. All ministers and senior government appointees to adhere strictly to President's directive on cancellation of full allocations and allowance. So all these while, it's either they were on it or they were not on it.
So
But
they lied?
Let's don't really know much about that, but I'm really happy. But that at the end of the day, the drivers would be
They'll be relieved.
we the consumers also we would be relieved. At least we will not hear of them complaining, say, "Oh, na you too full, and I 1 cedi levy." Oh, so I come to stop taking the 1 cedi levy.
Some of the taxes will be taken off. But
Let's just hope the 1 cedi levy will not be taken off, because if they take it off, yesterday I don't know if you guys experienced
Yeah.
light out. We beg, oh. We beg. And as President John Dramani Mahama said, they need to make sure that they follow the directive. And at the end of the day, everyone would be happy. With the, not to deviate, but with the issue of the sachet water, I know specifically that the government has told them not to increase it.
yeah.
Yesterday when I was going to church, I went to buy water. It was normal 50 pesos. But it happened that fortunately they were bringing in cool. The bags of cool, they were bringing it in. And the guy said, "Mommy, you bet my on 12 cedis." And I said, "Why? How? Why?" And he was like, "What am I asking?" I said, "Oh, the government said don't increase it. So why are you increasing it?" He didn't have anything to say.
Uh-huh.
I was like,
We are our own enemies, oh.
exactly. From
Seriously.
10 cedis to 12 cedis. The government said don't increase it, but now you are increasing it. Why? Ghana for the almost say increase the annual
Hey,
and yet they are buying
asem.
back. So we need to make sure that as citizens also we need to help the government.
We need to help the
We
government.
the government can't do it alone. We need to help the government to make sure that everything is stabilized in our country. Other than that, the government will just be, how would I put it? Will just be wasting their time solving issues here and there, and nothing is being solved.
So fuel prices are increasing, whereas government is also, making sure that at least fuel taxes are also being reviewed. But for the 1 cedi there, as Miss Regina said, if we stop paying the 1 Ghana cedis, that means that we are going to be back to Dumso again, of which you and I are not ready to go back to Dumso. So please, well, we are yet to see which of the taxes that will be taken off. Let's look at our next news item. And this is from the Office of the AG, Attorney General. Prosecutory powers lie solely with my office. OSP acts unconstitutional. Initially, when I saw this, I was like, does that mean that the OSP doesn't have the right to prosecute anybody now? But let's get into it. The Office of the Attorney General has mounted a strong constitutional challenge against the legal framework underpinning the Office of the Special Prosecutor, arguing that Parliament overstepped its authority in granting the anti-corruption body independent prosecutory powers. In an affidavit filed at the Supreme Court on April 8, 2026, in the case of Adamate versus Attorney General, the state's legal team contends that the establishment of the OSP in its current form violates the 1992 Constitution. At the center of the arguments in Article 88, which vests all prosecutory authority of the Republic solely in the Attorney General, according to the filing, while the Constitution allows the Attorney General to delegate this power, such delegation can only be made to individuals and not to an institution acting independently. The Attorney General argues that by enacting the Office of the Special Prosecutor Act 2017 at 959, Parliament effectively transferred key elements of this constitutional power to a separate body without amending the Constitution. The prosecutory power of the Republic is created by the Constitution. The Constitution gave all that power to the Attorney General alone. The affidavit states, adding that any delegation must remain under the control of the Attorney General. The filing further maintains that Parliament, through ordinary legislation, cannot alter or dilute constitutional provisions. It describes the move to vest prosecutory authority in the OSP as an unlawful attempt to create a parallel structure outside the constitutional framework. We submit that by this conduct, Parliament has without doubt acted in excess of the power confined on it by the Constitution, the Attorney General argued, citing established Supreme Court precedents, including the case of Professor J. Atwa versus Attorney General. The affidavits emphasized that any law inconsistent with the Constitution must be declared null and void. The Attorney General is therefore asking the Supreme Court to declare that Parliament exceed its powers by enacting provisions that undermine the constitutional authority of the office. The case, brought by private citizen Noah Ephraim Tete Adamate, challenges the legality of the OSP's independence, particularly its ability to initiate prosecutions without the express approval of the Attorney General. If upheld, the argument could significantly reshape Ghana's anti-corruption architect, potentially curtailing the autonomy of the prosecutor and placing prosecutory control firmly back under the Attorney General's office. So the length and breadth of this whole issue is that there was supposed to be an amendment when it came to giving prosecutory powers to the OSP, but that wasn't done. So due to that, an affidavit has been submitted, and then the Attorney General is actually fighting this, arguing on this. The reading is quite lengthy, but I believe you drew something from there. Ms. Regina?
So I would say the Attorney General has every right to contest this because, as you made mention of, Article 88 of the 1992 Constitution. I just had it here. Okay, so exactly. Article 88 of the 1992 Constitution states the Attorney General has the sole prosecutorial authority of the Republic. That power can be delegated but must remain under the AG's control. So essentially, the Parliament created an independent prosecutor without changing the Constitution first.
Yeah.
Now, per my research, looking at the duties of the Attorney General, first off, he is the chief prosecutor of the states. Chief prosecutor, so it means the OSP, you should forget.
They are all under him.
Chief. I say president, no. So chief prosecutor of the states initiate and conduct criminal prosecutions, represents the states in court. So if there's an issue regarding the state or someone sues the state, the person who would stand in for the state is not the OSP, but rather the Attorney General or his deputy. 2. Legal advisor to government, advises the president and ministries on legal matters, reviews contracts and policies. 3. Defender of the Constitution. So it's not surprising that he's defending the Constitution. Ensures laws and government actions comply with the Constitution. So automatically what Parliament did, it did not comply nor align with the Constitution. And also 4, drafting and reviewing laws, prepares bills and legal instruments, oversees legal reforms, and lastly, oversight of public prosecutions, supervises state prosecutors can discontinue criminal case, nolly prosecute. So with all said, they should tell us that Attorney General has the veto power to make sure that if you bring a case, he would say, oh, let's take you to court. Oh, this has a slack in this. In fact, he's the legal advisor. He makes sure that he oversees court proceedings and all that. Now to the duties of the special prosecutor. The special prosecutor leads an independent anti-corruption agency created by law, investigates corruption and corruption-related offenses, and that has to do with bribery, fraud, abuse of power, and financial crimes. Prosecutes corruption cases. He files charges in courts, leads criminal trials. So I think this is where Parliament gave the veto power to him, and they need to make sure that they see into that. And also recover stolen assets, trace and seize illegally acquired property, work with international partners, prevent corruption, conduct risk assessment, and lastly educates the public. So the only difference here when it comes to the Attorney General, his claims is backed or are backed with the 1992 Constitution. And when we looked at the duties of the AG, it was there, Article 88. But looking at the special prosecutor, there is no article backing his duties. So that is a red flag. So it's just like, I personally, in my contract, it says I should do this, and it is not stated in your contract, but it was said to you by mouth, verbally.
But there should be
exactly.
documents like attached to it.
Yeah.
Right. So I think definitely there's going to be a case on this particular, looking at how the Attorney General is actually very bold and very confident, how he's outspoken about this. We will definitely hear from the OSP as well. And if indeed they didn't use the right proceedings to make sure that the right thing is done, I think it's not too late. They can still go back and then correct that. Right. Miss Regina, I think that'll be all for the news review. Up next, we have Today in History with her. Thank you so much for joining us on the news review. Up next, we have Today in History with Miss Regina Bliss.
Today in History with me. On this day, Indonesian volcano erupts, killing more than 100,000. The most powerful volcanic eruption in human history begins in earnest when Indonesia's Tambora volcano sends ash 20 miles into the atmosphere, and boiling liquefied rock starts streaming down its slopes. Its cacophony of explosions could be heard hundreds of miles away, and within hours, nearby villages ceased to exist. Forests were incinerated, and massive lava flows poured into the sea, redrawing maps of the island. The volcano, which had begun rumbling on April 5th, killed almost 100,000 people directly and far more indirectly. The eruption was the largest ever recorded, and its effects were noted throughout the world. Revolutionary leader Emiliano Zapata assassinated in Mexico. Emiliano Zapata, a leader of peasant and indigenous people during the Mexican Revolution, is ambushed and shot to death in Morelos by government forces. Moving on, 1941, Croatia declares independence. The German and Italian invaders of Yugoslavia set up the independent state of Croatia, also including Bosnia and Herzegovina. A place nationalist leader Ante Pavlos Ustase, pro-fascist insurgents in control of what is no more than a puppet Axis regime, the Ustase began a relentless persecution of Serbs, Jews, Gypsies, and anti-fascist Kurds. As many as 350,000 to 450,000 victims were massacred, and the Jasnovac concentration camp would become infamous as a slaughterhouse. To some few observances, encourage a young writer day to foster the imagination, creativity, and writing skills of children and teenagers. This day encourages adults to support young people in putting their thoughts to paper, sharing stories, and pursuing their creative dreams. Lastly, National Youth HIV and AIDS Awareness Day highlights the impact of HIV on young people 13 to 24 and promotes prevention, testing, and treatment. It focuses on reducing stigma, supporting youth-led activism, and addressing disproportionate impact, particularly among youth of color. So today is a day to indulge in Youth HIV and AIDS Awareness Day. And that's all for today on Today in History and some global observances. Live on GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
Thank you so much, Miss Regina, for Today in History and some observances of the day. We said that today we are supposed to encourage youth to take HIV tests.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a day to create awareness, prevent it, and also educate the people.
Educate the people. A lot of people find it very scary to actually go for that particular test.
I know, right?
Why are you scared? If you know you're
Because
not doing
when
it
it comes to HIV, it's not necessarily about sex, but
you
sometimes
can
the
actually,
object.
that is very true.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
And especially with the ladies. And also the guys
the
at
guys,
times.
you go to the bathroom.
Exactly.
I'm sure.
Yeah. And that's machine, if not sterilized, well, can cause issues.
So today, encourage somebody to, go for the test. And also, you read something interesting.
Yeah.
Which is
Young Writers Day.
Young Writers Day. Yes. So if you have the habit of writing, I think today is the day you have to exhibit it. Young Writers Day. A lot of people find pleasure in writing. They are so excited when they are able to put what they are thinking about, how they imagine it, how they visualize it into writing. When we were in school, we used to read Shakespeare's books, Othello, Harvest of Corruption.
Hey.
When you're reading and you don't understand them, my teacher will
say,
be like, as you are reading, be imagine how Othello.
How can you imagine something that is not sweet? So,
oh, did you find Othello boring?
no.
Oh, really? Oh, really? I really
And
enjoyed
Shakespeare.
And Shakespeare, yes.
Hey.
I really enjoyed literature back in school. Because of how our teacher actually taught it, was like when you're reading, you should visualize how the thing is playing. Sometimes you be there, you are reading, and you are from your face, like you wish you could actually beat that particular character.
I really also like them in the Chest of a Woman.
Yeah, in the
It
Chest
was
of a
very
Woman.
interesting.
In the Chest of a Woman
One
was
of the
very
few
interesting.
literature books that was actually acted.
Yeah. That was very nice. So today, make sure that you write something. Just put something down, even if it is a quote or even a motivational or inspirational word. Just put it down and post it. Since today we are celebrating Young Writers Day. Right, I think that'll be all for this morning. Thank you so much for joining us on the news review and also the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. We'll be seeing you next week, same time. Do have a lovely weekend.